Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Well, you've got to say, the Azzurri certainly know how to create an atmosphere. 80,000 here in black and blue. The dress code is a strict one. So things are underway.
We're in the presence of goalkeeping greatness, a man with total command of his defence.
I say I wouldn't fancy going eyeball to eyeball with him.
No, I mean, I always like a vociferous keeper, and Oliver Kahn would be perfect for me.
That pass isn't the best. Distributed tidily.
And again, they're pressing effectively.
Nielsen. Looking for the run. And this is shapes to shoot! Big moment! Massive goal!
Well, they would have been looking at him to produce the goods, and that was very kind.
PS5 ou PS4?
Wonderfully smooth, smart and slick.
What about the pass, Peter? It was played so intelligently, and he picked out the perfect target.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside. The pass has gone astray. Out of play for a goal kick. Cannavaro. Can he get it through? Van Basten. He's played it back. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Haaland receives it in a good position here. That'll be a throw-in. No messing about, just bludgeoned away.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
He's got away. Zielinski.
Inter are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
And it's Nielsen. Now, can they get him away? There's the shot! And it's in! Again, in a trice, and they are soaring! So smooth, a signature finish.
It was wonderful vision to see the movement ahead, and how about the weight of that pass? Ideal.
So that's two now without reply.
I think there's been a greater menace to everything they've been doing during this spell, one that they hope will continue. Brazil really look like a team that's set up to absorb pressure. They don't mind being on the back foot.
But with something up their sleeve.
Yeah, they clearly feel they can hit hard on the counter-attack thanks to their pacey options.
It's just beyond his reach. Cafu. Now Costa Curta. Nielsen.
Welcome to modern football. You get hounded by everyone.
Here's Cannavaro. Serginho over to the other side. And it's Nielsen. And Serginho. Serginho's cross. And it's safely in the keeper's hands. Iniesta. Nielsen. And here's Van Basten. 30 minutes gone. Looking to play him in. Well read, and the danger is averted. Iniesta. And it's Serginho. Oh, good read. Costa Curta. Neymar. Edmilson. Now it's Girassi. He's in plenty of space here. He's got plenty of space out wide here. That's going across goal. Inter Milan are still behind as we reach out for half-time. He's in a good position here. Girassi! That is decidedly lacking.
Well, that was highly impressive. He went through them like a knife through butter, so that's raised an alarm or two.
Serginho is looking to influence the game from out wide. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Iniesta. Edmilson. Costa Curta.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
Now it's Xabi Alonso.
Il quarto uomo indica 2 minuti di recupero.
In towards the back stick. Oh, good glide! And oh, he's got that completely wrong. Edmilson. And here's Neymar. Serginho. And he decides to cross it. Khan claims it. Safe hands. That's it, 45 minutes up. How would you review the first half?
Inter really are lucky not to be down by more, Peter. The manager's going to have to come up with something a little special to lift these players. Otherwise, this one's as good as done.
Well, that is the first half done, and we are ready for what follows in the second.
Signore e signori, vi informiamo che la radiocronaca dell'incontro è trasmessa sulle frequenze della radio ufficiale del club.
Down to business again.
Well, I think they have to be positive despite the scoreline. The one thing they don't want to do, Peter, is give away an early goal. But they can't afford to get too cagey either. So attack with real devilment, go for that goal and see if they can unsettle them.
No, again there's no way through. Zielinski. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
That's a nicely shaped ball. And he's in on goal! Inter Milan needed that. They really needed it.
You know, it was an intervention that had to be made. Serious trouble lay in store.
Chance! Euphoria, utopia, and they are cavorting!
Receba.
With fun and fury, they continue to do their thing. Well, how's that for a class finish?
Well, he's a defender's nightmare. You try to send him one way, and he just slips the other.
3-0, and things are starting to look awfully cosy.
Look, they've had their chance to regroup and rethink. Now they've got to stir a revival.
SL, Penha em Live.
Serginho. Cafu. And it's Edmilson. And Iniesta. Serginho. That's really well manoeuvred. And he welcomes it in. They've got to be quick to recover this. Knocks it out wide. He's in a great position here. And he's quick to get rid. And he is deftly away. Great chance!
L'affluenza di quest'oggi è di 80.953 spettatori.
Jogo muito.
He is just caressing the ball. It's Van Basten! It's in! Just cruising!
Receba.
Cruising! Perfect placement, the one place the keeper couldn't reach.
That's expertly finished, and he's done that so often.
Things looking so easy, almost too easy here. Brazil are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape, certainly when defending at least, because they've got to be ready to hit them hard on the counter-attack, and that seems to be the plan.
Faz um gol.
And the shot!
Apanhar de zero e foda. Faz aí eu deixo.
And that's it. Well, thanks to Jim alongside me, and as the fans make their way home.
KKKK jogo muito SLC. Apanhou pra tigresa VIP. Mais um freguês. Hoje a tigresa VIP tá online. TMJ Bongami 0x1 pra tigresa VIP.
Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. There is a massive sense of expectation emanating from this part of Milan. The giant arena bearing the name of perhaps the finest player ever to don the famous black and blue jersey. It is simply a gorgeous, gorgeous sight. So straight into the action. Chance! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Manchester United with the corner, they're first. Bigo goes short. Incoming, there's the header! He's delivered all right!
Well, once more, it's him, and we can't be surprised because his instinct for doing this is incredible.
It was wonderfully efficient.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball, made a classic move and met it perfectly.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Collier. No, he refuses to take the bait. Cafu did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Mbappe is onto this. Played out towards the right wing. That's a good foray he's making. And he's had it nicked away. Bigo unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Well, it's not taken him long, and that's going to be a booking. Araujo. And he's lost his man here. Oh, he's got a sight of goal.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
And it's a crossfield ball towards the other flank. Vitinha wins the duel this time. Now who's going to be first to this? And it's Messi. Khan breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his hands on the ball. Bigo, probing pass. Lizarazu spots it and intercepts. Knocks it out wide.
That pressing is so good, it's nice and early.
And here's Mbappe. Serginho. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Now that looks a decent ball. Great ball, and he's in here!
Oh, that was one big no-no when you've got a queue formed in the box.
Araujo. That's an imaginative pass. Good ball over the top. Well, there's the clearance. And reclaimed it in a trice. Well, it's Batistuta. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Oh, shooting chance! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Manchester United have their second corner now. Bigo with the short one. Vitinha with the cross.
That was well seen too. Good clearance.
Well, here's a man adored by many, even deified by some. Messi. Bale. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Cafu is very much the model of the modern-day fullback. Lizarazu is always looking to play quality balls. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him. Inter truly have no need to panic. They can reassess at half-time.
And it's Messi. Vitinha. Cruyff. Batistuta. Zanetti. Vitinha with the challenge, and he has given away a free kick. He's got plenty of space out wide here. That's a good block, but at the expense of a corner. Beckham, the regular corner taker. Defending of the desperate variety. Lizarazu.
Il quarto uomo indica 2 minuti di recupero.
And he's got the beating of his man. Oh, he's gifted it to the... Shoots! Oh, good finish. They have done it. They have their equaliser.
Well, you have to credit the desire there. These boys knew they were in a battle. And
so, a temporary halt to the action. Well, the glass is either half full or half empty. Neither side yet truly to impose themselves, and it's level pegging at half-time. What do you look back on the first 45 minutes?
Inter really showed some resolve in that first half, Peter, after going behind. So I think the message from the manager will be quite a positive one. Keep going and keep doing what you've been doing, because it's pretty good.
So, all square at half-time, each side matching the other blow for blow at the break.
Signore e signori, vi ricordiamo che potete partecipare all'iniziativa per uno stadio migliore.
And that's the second half started. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
And here's Cruyff. And this is Figo. Great challenge, time to perfection. Inter Milan needed that, they really needed it.
Yeah, they showed a vulnerability until the move was stifled. That'll have stirred a little concern.
Messi is always playing with one eye on the spectacular. And it's Zanetti.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Well, they've got it again. Cruyff. Bale going face-to-face with his great rival. Serginho finding himself... Oh, that's a foul in a dangerous area. And that's going to be a booking. Beckham is eyeing up his options in the middle. They're taking a moment to consider their options. Araujo gets it away. Zanetti. Kola looking to shake off some unwanted attention.
Well, they seem intent on marking him out of the game. They're certainly trying to wind them up in the process, Peter.
Oh, he's been caught napping. Big chance!
L'affluenza di quest'oggi è di 81.007 spettatori.
Just beyond his reach. Cannavaro getting this one clear. Araujo. Vitinha. Zanetti. Was somewhat off target. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. And it's Zanetti. It's gone for a throw-in.
Sostituzione per l'Inter. Numero 9, Messi. Numero 14, numero 21, numero 23, numero 15, Beckham. Lasciano il campo per il numero 8,
That is decidedly lacking.
Neymar. Il numero 6, il numero 20, Snyder. Il numero
Zanetti.
5, Xabi Alonso. Attenzione, un cambio.
Bale, who is really short on confidence. Pass has gone astray. Cruyff. Lizarazu.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
And it's Neymar. He has found the way through. Now there's a fine ball.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Inter Milan have reclaimed it. Neymar. Is there any... It's Neymar!
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure. Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Oh, a delicate chip through. He's in a good position. Shot at goal! Off the post! Cross flung in towards the middle. And that's the keeper's ball. Schneider going forward. And that pass surprised everyone, and not in a good way. That's a cute ball. Not the most accurate pass. Nicely weighted ball. Now it's Bale. Vigo gets on his bike and on the move. That is a brilliant interception.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Cristiano Ronaldo! Oh, that could be pivotal! A game of margins, a game of thrills. This might just do it. That is so good, such sharp skills. And such a delicious finish.
It's beautiful poise. I mean, most players in that position, I think, would probably fluff that, but not this fella.
Manchester United now on the verge of victory, save for a few potentially hectic final moments.
Well, I can wholeheartedly say, Peter, they deserve this, but has the opposition enough spirit left in them now to maybe find a way back?
Cambio di giocatori.
Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. And the pass is intercepted.
Il quarto uomo indica 2 minuti di
Now it's
recupero.
Neymar, and he's managed to get free. Roberto Baggio. Aimed beyond the defence. The end, time is up. Well, this was a game they could so easily have won on another day, but alas, that wasn't to be, and they go down.
É contra mim, tomei noco.
The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. There is a massive sense of expectation emanating from this part of Milan. The giant arena bearing the name of perhaps the finest player ever to don the famous black and blue jersey. It is simply a gorgeous, gorgeous sight. So straight into the action. Girassi reaching 3 figures in terms of his appearances for the club.
Yeah, this is the first big landmark he'll hit, Peter, so I'm not sure he sees any real significance in it, but to me, it's a foundation that can only stand him in good stead for the remainder of his career.
Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. And he's got the big bullet! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Roberto Carlos is wide and looking to get onto this. And that pass surprised everyone, and not in a good way. So what can they make of this? Neymar powering forward here. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. So Jim, what has caught your eye in these early exchanges?
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks. So they're still very much in a phase of testing the waters and sizing each other up.
Now it's Girassi. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
There's the delivery. Oh, good effort! Firm header just off target.
That's a great attempt, although he clearly feels he should have done better with it.
Girassi is onto this. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Looking for the run. Now here's a man adored by many, even deified by some. And it's Nedved. He's picked his way through.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
The most accurate pass. Messi. Quick look, thought about cutting inside. No goals as yet. Xabi Alonso wins the duel this time. And here's the chance to counter. Pepe. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. And Hullet! Schneider clears. And that's a good ball. Back in possession and ready to go again. Oh, what a ball! They're looking at the referee, but he's waved play on. Deftly away. And they're quick to get it back. And that's a really buccaneering run he's making. It's a good look. There's the header! Inter Milan do seem to have a very clear game plan here, Jim.
Yeah, they're set up to play those long balls from deep, Peter. The front men have certainly been busy making the runs beyond that defence.
Oh, it's a tried and tested formula, OK, but very demanding too.
Well, you need your boys up front to work extremely hard, and you need to get the passing right as well, of course.
Girassi receives it in a good position here.
Brasil.
Gilberto Silva picks it up from the goal kick. That's going wide left. Can he get it through? Pelé receives it in a wide position. Koller was only too happy to help out in defence.
Yeah, listen, we often get critical of a forward's tackle, but that was squeaky clean. How many interceptions have we seen now? Someone's got to up the quality and set an example.
Now, can they get him away? He's in a great position here. And it's Schneider. Carvajal made a search from full-back, as it turned out unsuccessfully.
Salve mano, passei pra deixar o like.
And it's Messi. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Crosses it in here.
Well, not the worst attempt. A little technical tweak should help the quality.
Messi. And it's Messi. Cafu. Messi! And that marks a high-octane end to the first half. A decent enough half, but neither side able to get on the score sheet. Time for some fresh ideas in the second period, perhaps. How do you look back on the first 45 minutes?
Well, I don't think we need the stats to be on the screen to tell us about the pass completion rate, which has been obviously a letdown in this first half. All too often we've seen players left for
Porque não fala nada.
decision-making and just a general sloppiness. So I'm sure the boss will be getting stuck into his players to improve and improve quickly.
So it's simmered along nicely for 45 minutes, but still no goals. It is 0-0 at half-time. Hostilities have resumed at the start of the second half. 0-0, and we're at the halfway point. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. And we have our very first corner.
Que a família tá dormindo.
And now they can spring out of defence. That has not gone well. That's really well cleared. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Pass somewhat off target. Cafu. Schneider going forward. Collier. Chance, surely! There it is!
Esse não tá falando não.
And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips the defenses apart. It's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
Into the land and fired themselves in front.
Listen, when it comes to goals, Peter, in this team, he's always the #1 contender, and he's done it again.
Maldini did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. It's a pretty loose pass.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
And Messi! And the ball's come loose here. And again!
L'affluenza di quest'oggi è di
So close to what
80.113
would have been a
spettatori.
memorable goal.
Well, I'm glad he took the opportunity to run with the ball when the chance came about. That's the kind of positive thinking they need right now.
That pass isn't the best. Maldini gets over and intercepts. Great defending, strong and determined. Now it's Girassi. Bullet, who is rarely short on confidence. He is through here. Lovely bit of skill. Cafu has it in a wide position. Ball in towards the middle. Gilberto Silva can get it clear.
FC Tulsa really are going for it here, Peter. Now it's just a matter of sustaining the effort.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
Tries to pass it through. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, while the temptation's always there, Peter, I think it would be ill-advised of them to try settle for what they've got.
Sostituzione per l'Inter. Numero 7.
Well, the two coaches are signalling changes here, both at the same
Numero
time.
10. Neymar. Numero 21. Numero 5. Saviano.
Não sei usar link app.
Il numero 23. Il numero 9. Messi.
That looks a
Il
decent
numero
ball.
14. Il numero 6. Il numero 15.
Well, they've got it back in a hurry.
Cambio di
This is
giocatori.
Messi. Havertz.
This is the time you need that pace.
Oh, that's neat.
Inter clearly have been instructed to kill this off. Offence is the best form of defence. A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. 1-0 the score. Now it's Pele. It's a threatening ball. FC Tulsa can breathe again, just.
Yeah, they showed a vulnerability until the move was stifled. That'll...
Oh, shooting chance! And a truly agonising miss.
Messi was already celebrating in his head and probably still can't process how the keeper denied him. What a stop.
Messi is there and he can get that clear. Now, can they get it back? And now a sudden chance to counter. The pass has gone astray. Now it's Pele. Oh, he's bustling through here. Serginho. And it's Beckham. Pele plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone.
This usually is the time teams go into conservation mode.
Havertz. Messi! Denied by an instinctive save.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Il quarto uomo indica 2 minuti di
Gabriel.
recupero.
The pass is intercepted. Serginho. Played out wide. He's found a way through. Crossed in. Oh, good climb. Oh, he's given that plenty, but no. And that's that. Inter Milan have done it. Their solitary strike ultimately proving just enough. A terrific win.
VLW, tô aprendendo ainda.
Tranquilo. Se quer aprender a jogar futebol, vai ter que desligar a IA. Enquanto não desligar a IA, tu nunca vai conseguir jogar, mano. Começa por aí.
Não uso IAMM. E só atrapalha, daí eu não uso.
noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. More than half a century of history, the Estadio Morumbis, this gargantuan arena, has borne witness to many a glorious moment for Sao Paulo, both city and club. We're up and running then.
I'd really like to see Ronaldinho given freedom on the left flank here, Peter.
The idea being that, of course, he can make good use of those dancing feet.
Yeah, and playing out wide just keeps...
Against the crossbar! It's Bale! It's run loose. Who's going to get there?
It's been pretty high-tempo stuff from the off here, Peter. A good show of intent, I would say. Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
That's really well manoeuvred. Bale! And that's another fine save.
Great stop from the keeper. That was something else. He's definitely coming out on top of the moment.
That's been intercepted.
That's great positioning. So good for him.
The most accurate pass. It's beyond the defence. Shot, surely! Well, the finish certainly didn't match the build-up.
Oh, it's very good running, that. You're always going to have chances with that kind of movement.
Now, this could be a chance. Edmilson. So, Jim, what has caught your eye in these early exchanges?
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes. So, we're seeing some conservatism here.
Beckham.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Messi. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
He won't be happy with that one. Inter Milan are still to register a shot on target. As a matter of fact, a shot of any type. Lopez. Messi tries to clear. Brilliantly cut out. Collier. Bernie with his sights permanently trained on that bottom corner. Carvajal.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Beckham. Can he get on the end of this? Lovely feet. Cross deflected behind for a corner. Inter Milan with the corner. There first. Terrific effort! He's beaten the keeper, but hit the post. Firm header, just off target.
He did so well there, it's just a shame about the accuracy.
Beckham, the regular corner taker. Good ball, good take. And it's Carvajal. Ah, such a clever touch. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. It's a pretty loose pass. Short changes him with that pass. This looks promising. He's having a pop! And that is doing no harm at all.
Inter certainly look sharp there. They're very well drilled in this art of counter-attacking.
Drogba chasing after it. Pedri. Still waiting for the first breakthrough, but not for the want of trying. And he's managed to get free. And he's looking at the referee, but the referee is shaking his head. Casillas claims comfortable. And here's Ronaldinho. That is a brilliant interception. Looking to pass their way up the pitch. Drogba, well played. And he's there to belt it away. Girassi receives it in a good position. That is the end of the first half. So neither team were able to take the lead, but it certainly hasn't been for the lack of trying. So there was the first half.
What a pleasant surprise to see how open this game is turning into. Just wondering if the two teams are going to keep doing what we've seen in the first half. I hope that a cautious aspect doesn't kick in.
We reached the halfway point, and neither side have yet been able to force the issue. It's 0-0. The second half is up and running.
Well, I can imagine both managers have been in the ears of the players. They want more. Let's hope the game comes to life sooner rather than later.
Oh no, this does not look good. This is Hazard. Nice interception, well timed. Koller gets on the end of things as a matter of habit. That looks a good ball through. Shoots! And that is wildly off target.
Oh, what a chance. He probably had more time than he realised.
Just no time to dwell on the ball there. Koller. Nuno Mendes. Now it's Hazard. Petri. That's gone all the way through to the keeper. Koller.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Oh, good-looking ball. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it. They've got to make this nice and quick.
0-0 still. It's a game that needs a bit of life injected. Petri, and here's Drogba. It's one through. That has been knocked clear. Big chance! Oh, how's that for a goal? A finish right from the top draw. And there is your opener. Well, no goalkeeper would keep that out. It really was a bullet.
Well, Peter, it would have taken something incredible for the keeper to keep that one out. It was absolutely spanked.
The first breakthrough.
Well, when the going gets tough, etc., they can still turn this round, I think.
Pressing's intense, and it's paid off.
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away, and eventually you might just get that little break.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
Hazard is herring after that one. Nuno Mendes. And here's Hazard. He's a sharp little ball here. No way through there. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
We've not seen much from this team as a whole, Peter. OK, that's largely due to the way their opponents have approached it, but they can up their game considerably, and I mean considerably.
Substituição no time do São Paulo. Camisa 11, camisa 23, camisa 3. camisa 16.
And it's Mendes. Good read, needed to be. And that has left him in a heap. Gehi to Bruno Fernandes. Rice looking for a runner.
Sao Paulo clearly have been instructed to kill this off. Offence is the best form of defence.
Gets his head on it! Oh, good finish! And surely now, the result's beyond doubt. Certain, searing and imperious.
He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one.
So that's two now without reply.
Yeah, I can't think of a better time, Peter, to get that two-goal cushion. That, for me, should be decisive.
Possession and ready to go again.
Inter are certainly now looking like a sorry lot. They haven't got a proper defence or attack, for that matter.
And it's Hazard. Mbappe. Gilberto Silva. Now it's Neymar. Neymar. Lovely bit of skill. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. It's Drogba!
Teremos
Wow, that is Didier Drogba! Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy! And with that, it is pretty much a done deal.
Well, he had time to weigh up the fact that the keeper was vulnerable, and he duly lobbed him.
A case now of complete control. Now it's Drogba. That's clear cut, it's a free kick. Zappacosta. No, he wasn't going to be fooled. Neymar. And that's that. Into Milan, very little in the way of excuses here, simply having no answer to a display that was... Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now.
Milan e Inter.
Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. And we're underway. Yet another page in the history of this grand old rivalry. Who do you think this turns on, Jim?
Yeah, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, Peter. It's his pace that's his main attribute, especially over those first few yards, where he just seems to glide away from defenders, gets himself into great positions, and likes to hit it hard and nice and early. That's a horrible combination for any defence that's trying to deal with him, I can tell you that.
I think that was mighty close. And he's quick to snatch it back. Ronaldinho threads one in. Now it's Aubameyang. Now it's Ronaldinho.
It was indecision all round. They have to do a bit better than that.
It's just beyond his reach. Pirlo. And here's Aubameyang. Beckham does really well to win the ball there.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
So, Jim, what have you made of what we've seen so far?
Well, both sides seem happy with the patient approach for now, still trying to have a good look at one another.
And the shot! Goal! Inter! And Inter go in front. Oh, whose goal is that? Big deflection. That's one for the dubious goals panel.
Gol per l'Inter. Ha segnato al 14esimo
So we
minuto.
have had the first significant moment. It is 1-0.
Well, he's certainly happy with that after what's been said in the build-up, you know.
And this is Iniesta. Ronaldinho! Decent attempt, but not quite good enough.
Look, we've all been there. Nothing will make him feel much better at the moment.
Left him on the seat of his pants, and now they can spring out of defence. Flings in across. Pirlo. Milan are a team that's fond of the low block. They sure defend in numbers.
Yeah, the whole point being to go back to front as quickly as possible, Peter. Of course, once the ball has been won.
Yeah, ball's over the top, long diagonals, that's the plan. He's only too happy to take that back. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Ronaldinho. Well, that looks a decent ball. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Hoisted upfield by the keeper.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Maldini wins the duel this time. And here's Ronaldinho. Ronaldinho was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Oh, that's fabulous. There's a no-nonsense tackle.
He has saved the goalkeeper's blushes there. What great defending.
not got that quite right. Bullet. Iniesta. Aubameyang. Oh, good read.
That was...
And Aubameyang! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Oh, he's really looking like he's on the very top of his game here.
They've played it short. Inter Milan are looking to go forward now. The pass has gone astray.
Inter really should be happy to let this half run out now and go again second.
Just past the 40th minute mark. Pirlo. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. And it's Ronaldinho. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. 1-0 the score. Maldini is pretty much the definition of the word uncompromising. Maldini, now it's Hullet, and here's Aubameyang.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
And the referee has blown for half-time. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff. Any strong opinions on the first half?
Well, I think it's a case of so far, so good. The boss has clearly done his homework, and I don't think he needs to change much during the break. Now they've got the lead, they can expect more of the same in the second half.
Well, it's been a proper derby so far, no doubt about that. Intense and utterly captivating. Inter Milan looking solid, if not too much more at half-time. It's 1-0.
I volontari di tutti I settori sono pregati di recarsi nell'area dello staff. Sostituzione per il Milan. Numero 6, Pierre Aubameyang. Numero 20.
Well, my advice would be to keep at it. If you're doing well, keep it
Lasciano
going.
il campo per il numero 4, il numero 25.
He's in a great position here.
Il numero 13.
And the ball is out of play. Well, he's hit it long, but astray. Pirlo. That's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Serginho spots it and intercepts. And there's his chance to lead the counter. Collier. He has found the way through. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Beckenbauer did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Adriano. Neymar! It's in! They have hauled themselves right back into it.
Well, I always thought they had it in them, Peter. They upped the quality as needed, and once they got going, they were awfully hard to stop.
Pressure, not pressure. He feels none of it.
Neymar demonstrated great strength there. I mean, he really had to hold his man off and just create enough room for him to be able to get the shot away. And I think it's just top play.
And very quickly, the substitute made his mark.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
It's starting to look very interesting, this.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game. We're in for an intriguing second half now. Contrasting moods that could reverse.
Shapes to shoot!
He did so well to create the room to get the shot away.
The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Iniesta running with the ball. Adriano unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Now it's Mbappe, showing good feet. Pirlo defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Now try to spin that positively. I certainly can't. Oh, it's come loose. Serginho receives it in a good position here. That could spell trouble. Another throw-in. Pirlo. Who saw this coming? Inter Milan certainly weren't expecting this. Del Piero. Now it's Del Piero. Neymar. Khan claims comfortably. Collier. Beckenbauer running with intent. Neymar. He's shifting through the gears here.
Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be.
And it's Neymar. It's Neymar! And no! He had to, and yet he could not.
It's a very watchable game, isn't it? Any goal from here could well be the winner.
Cinquenta e sete passes.
Attenzione, una sostituzione.
Time then for the first substitution of the game. Del Piero, well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Now it's Hullet. Engages and forces him off the ball. Milan needed that, they really needed it.
Oh, that's brilliantly defended, though. It looked destined for a goal.
And the counter-attack is on for Milan. A game with so much to recommend it. Fabulous contest, but still no clear winner.
It's a very open game and an exciting watch. There are no signs of nerves or caginess from either team. This pitch is go-for-it territory right now. I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Iniesta, he's got away. Maldini did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. And it's Neymar. Look at the space here.
Il quarto uomo indica 2 minuti di recupero.
Very nicely done. Neymar.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
Oh, it's Del Piero. And there goes the final whistle. Well, nothing to separate the sides in the end. Not for the want of desire, drive or determination. No complaints. So there it is. What struck you most about that?
Well, that really...
The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. So it's away we go then.
Well, this fellow, Giorgio Chiellini, Peter, is one of the game's great thinkers.
Yeah, in both an academic and a footballing sense, of course.
Yeah, and I think he'll prove key if they're looking to play on the break here. You won't get many players who are better than him in terms of ball winning, and it's all going to be about how quickly they can turn things around once they've got the ball.
And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Serginho going face-to-face with his great rival. Inter Milan with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. And that's a simple one for the keeper. Manchester United are looking to go forward now. Taken back almost at once. Challenge just a bit on the firm side. Serginho. He's picked his way through. That should be the goalkeeper's, and it is. And the counter is on. Great ball if he can get there.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
No, he wasn't going to let him past. Ronaldinho. It's Ronaldinho!
And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping. I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
And it's Iniesta. Iniesta will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. And that pass isn't the best. Now then, the ball's come loose. Some excellent tackling here, and that one a perfect example. Can he latch on to this? Goes for the header! Great effort, he flew in with courage.
No complaints about his effort and commitment. He just needs to start heading in the right direction. You get my drift?
Serginho. That's good vision. So we're still where we started right now. Well, he's hit it long, but astray. Belletti. Oh, that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
He's found a way through. Stood up well to him there.
And he could have done himself a massive favour by just lifting his head up there. You know, it would have been a better picture of what was going on around him.
And he's gone looking for safety. Inter Milan do seem to have a very clear game plan here, Jim.
Yeah, they're set up to play those long balls from deep, Peter. The front men have certainly been busy making the runs beyond that defence.
That's a tried and tested formula, OK, but very demanding too.
Well, you need your boys up front to work extremely hard, and you need to get the passing right as well, of course.
And smartly reclaimed. Can he... Chance for a shot! It's hit the upright, and it's been hooked away. And here's Tevez. De Gea breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his hands on the ball. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Well, that's beautifully weighted. Belletti. A goal here just before half-time could mean a great deal. Well, that is one way to stop him. He can run onto that, and he's certainly... And the shot! Goal! Manchester United! The first significant strike.
Yeah, a fantastic run and a fantastic pass to play him in. Both needed to be timed to perfection, and they were.
Manchester United have penetrated for the first time.
Well, this should allow them to be a bit more expansive, although they'll be wise to be cautious for now.
Lizarazu, just like so many of his contemporaries, is proving very good at driving forward. Chiellini. Ian.
Toma, vagabundo.
Passes coming off in quick succession here. Now it's Tevez.
Ci sarà un minuto di
Always goal
recupero.
side. So a temporary halt to the action. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead and that gives them something to build on after the break.
Signore e
Inter
signori,
Milan
attenzione,
coming
il
at
papà
half-time
del bambino
on the
che
wrong
indossa
end
una
of a
supereroe
1-0
blu.
scoreline.
Contatti subito il
Well,
più
let's not
vicino
beat
membro
about the
dello
bush,
staff.
Peter. It's been fairly flat, and the support have had little to cheer about. So an awful lot of questions have got to be asked, and the answers need to be found in a hurry.
So that was the first half, and we will be back with the second half shortly. So we're off again.
Inter can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
Maldini. Getting too much time on the ball here, that is good pressing. And again, they run up against stubborn defending. And here's Suarez. Messi. Carvajal.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Tevez proves just a little bit too strong. Lofted in. Saliba getting this one clear. And into the grateful arms of the keeper. Serginho. He's shifting through the gears here. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal. And it had to be. Mbappe. Inter Milan, still this single goal behind. And that's been won straight back. Ronaldinho. It's Ronaldinho! And that would have been some goal.
Ronaldinho can really show some outlandish skills, which is always welcome and obviously refreshing.
And he cuts out the supply. Belletti. Sergio, what are you thinking?
We've not seen much from this team as a whole, Peter. Okay, that's largely due to the way their opponents have.
Mbappe! And that's a sharp finish. They are right back in business.
Well, it looks like we have ourselves a real game here now, Peter. They've been rewarded for their courage, for their attitude, for their application, and now they'll want another.
That really is quite fabulous. All his own doing. We're looking at a different game now.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
Marcelo is one whose deliveries we all know about. Mbappe. That's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
This interception, his positioning was spot on. Iniesta. Head over towards the opposite flank. Gilberto Silva. And that has left him in a heap. Well, they can break here. Now it's Ronaldinho. Threads one in. And reclaimed it in a trice. And here's Suarez. Oh, he's burst through. And he's there to get it away. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. Xavi Alonso. And that is out of play.
Sostituzione per l'Inter. Numero 27, numero 23, numero 14, numero 9.
That's a
Messi.
good run down the left.
Numero 5.
Collier.
Xabi Alonso.
Well seen. Saw that
Lasciano
coming.
il campo
That's
per
great positioning.
il
So
numero
good
21,
from him.
il numero 7,
Inter clearly
il
are
numero 10,
pushing for the win here, Peter.
Neymar,
It's making for a
il
very
numero 20,
frantic end to this game.
Schneider, il numero 15.
It's
Beckham.
Griezmann!
Cambio di giocatori.
It's bounced back off the post. It's just beyond his reach. Marcelo, the specialist in tearing teams apart. And it's Griezmann. Now it's Vinicius. Vinicius Junior! And no! He had to, and yet he could not.
Vinicius Junior fully appreciates that he could have won it then, and now he'll be all the keener not to lose it.
Well played, well sorted out.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now. They're avoiding the blatantly obvious by not getting the ball into the opposition box. That's where it has to be.
And here's Bale. That's a foul. Simple decision for the referee.
Attenzione, un cambio.
Manchester United have turned to their bench and we're going to have a substitution.
Well, he can certainly make his side a lot more unpredictable, Peter. You know, he has a very good eye for a pass and a tricky one at that.
Ci saranno 3 minuti di recupero.
That's physical challenge. Fourth official showing that there will be 3 minutes of added time. That is good progress on the left. And now the breakaway. Pass has gone astray. Xavi. No, that's been intercepted. And that signals the end. So it does end all square. Inspiration, perspiration, both on show in equal measure. Just not enough on either.